That's it. Romans 8:36. Romans chapter 8 and verse 36.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 36. As it is written, for thy sake, we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
See that? As it is written, brothers and sisters, we are prey out here. When you follow Christ and keep the laws of God, you are prey out here. When you're not following the world, you are prey out here. When you're not doing evil, when you're not doing as everybody else does, you are prey out here. Go to now, I want you to read the book, Jews and Moors in Spain. And that's what happened to our people in the Spanish Inquisition. They were led to the slaughter. Sheep led to the slaughter. Now give me the highlight.
All right, this is Jews and Moors in Spain.
By who?
This is by Joseph
Koskop.
Yeah.
Just show them the book. Just show it to them. The Jews and Moors in Spain. Right? Now, let's read. Read that highlight.
To their misfortune, the plague broke out in Portugal and raged with deathly fury.
So, a plague broke out in Portugal, right? Remember now, who's in Portugal? You got Caucasians that came back into power, right? You had the Jews, meaning black people. You had black Muslims, right? And you had black Jews, and so forth and so on, right? So now read that again.
To their misfortune.
To the Jews' misfortune.
The plague broke out in Portugal and raged with deathly fury.
Read.
Immediately the church arose, held the Jews responsible.
Ain't that the same thing that China did with our people in China when COVID broke out and they was whooping our people's behinds in China? Yes. We were held in reproach. We were blamed. Right? Read that again.
To their misfortune, the plague broke out in Portugal and raged with deathly fury.
Read.
Immediately, the church arose, held the Jews responsible
for
the visitation of the plague, and lashed the populace into a relentless fury because of the visitation of the plague.
So, in other words, they stirred up the people against the Jews because of this plague. Read.
And the breach of contract on the part of the Jews. The
breach of contract. Meaning the Jews were supposed to leave at a specific time, and they didn't leave. Read.
The king's creed awoke again simultaneously with the reawakening of his greed. He issued an edict which threw even that of Torquemada into the shade. All Jewish children below 14 years of age were torn from their parents' arms.
All Jews 14 years and under?
Were torn from their parents' arms.
Were torn from their parents' arms.
Dragged into the church. Baptized.
And baptized by the Christians. These are Christians doing these things.
Christians.
Read.
Those under 3 years of age.
Those Jews under 3 years of age.
Were given to Christians.
Given to Christians. Read.
To receive a Christian education.
To receive the indoctrination of white Jesus and Catholicism, Christianity, white supremacy.
Or in other words, to be raised as slaves.
Damn. So you get a Christian education, you are a slave. That's what the historian just said, brothers and sisters. You follow the Baptist religion, the Methodist religion, the Catholic religion, Protestant. You're a slave. You're a slave. Is there more?
Yeah.
There's more?
Yeah.
Wow, there's more. Let's go.
Those between 3 years and 10 years of age were put on board of a ship and conveyed to the newly discovered unwholesome island of St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, that's on the west coast of Africa, brothers and sisters. Why would Jews be in the west coast of Africa if they're white? Right. Brothers and sisters, read.
Those between 10 and 14 years were sold as slaves.
Oh, that's what they were doing to our people. There's more? Go to the next highlight.
Childless and brokenhearted, they now sought to leave the land, but they were told that they had forfeited their right.
They forfeited their right because they did not leave Spain and Portugal in time. In this particular paragraph is talking about Portugal. They were given a certain amount of time to pack up and leave. They were not able to do so in that time period. Now, they said, what? Read it again.
Childless and brokenhearted.
So now remember, the paragraph above, they took their children. They said, hey, y'all niggas ain't leave. Yo, I'm taking your children and I'm forcing them to be baptized. They're going to get a Christian education and they're going to be slaves. Now that the parents are childless, read.
Childless and brokenhearted. They now sought to leave the land, but they were told that they had forfeited their right.
Now they're told they forfeited their right to leave. Go ahead.
And they were given the choice between baptism and slavery.
Convert to being a Catholic and a Christian or be a slave. Wow, wow, wow. Give me Matthew 20 and 20. I forgot that one. Matthew 20 and 20. So what are we reading about, brothers and sisters? The Spanish Inquisition. That's what your friendly neighborhood white man did. As what? Christians. This is what Christians did. It's the love of Jesus. Read.
Matthew chapter 20 and verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? She said unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit, and one on the right hand,
the one on thy right hand,
and the other on the left in the kingdom.
Read.
But Jesus answered and said, ye know not what ye ask.
So Christ said, hey, listen, sister, you don't know what you're asking for. You want your sons to sit on the right and left of me? Are you sure you know what you're asking for? Read.
Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of?
You know what Christ said? Are you able to drink and do and go through the torture, the reproach that I'm going to go through? Are you really ready for that? Are your sons able to bear that? Read.
And to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?
You know what Christ said? Are you going to be baptized with the baptism I'm baptized with? Meaning, are you going to go through the tribulation, the trials, being put on that cross, your flesh torn, your beard ripped out? Is your sons going to be able to bear that? You sure you know what you're asking for? Read.
They say unto him, we are able.
Read.
And he said unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized.
See what Christ said? As a disciple of Christ, brothers and sisters, you're going to have to go through the same baptism. You're going to have to drink the same cup Christ drank. You're going to have to go through persecution. You're going to have to go through tribulation, trials. You understand? All kinds of evil coming against you from your own people and the other nations. You understand? People lying on you. People sending a false witnesses against you. People slandering you. You're going to have to go through that thing. Read.
But to sit on my right hand and on my left, it is not mine to give.
So, as Christ went through it, our people went through it in the Spanish Inquisition too, being tortured, being maimed. You understand? Their faith tested to the brink of their life. Some of our people gave up their lives for their faith. Now, give me Hebrews 11. No, give me Hebrews 11. No, Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Deuteronomy 28 and 32. So we read about dumb diverses. In 1453, we read about intercatera, which expanded dumb diverses westward by Pope Nicholas VI, right? Now, Deuteronomy 20 and 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
That's what happened to us. We were made slaves. And during the land of slave trade, when that was going on, when chattel slavery was going on, we were to be perpetual slaves. Remember, they put us in their wills to hand down in their wills. We were to be, at that time, perpetual slaves. Come on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Now, go to the next book real quick. We're going to read this quick. Inquisition Revealed. We're going to read that quick. Show them the book. Read the title of the book.
This is the Inquisition Revealed in its origin, policy, cruelties, and history with memoirs of its victims.
Now let's read that.
All right.
Page 61. And I'm showing you this, that there was not just a Spanish, it wasn't just in Spain. Get him, go ahead.
And during the 13th century, the Inquisition was set up in various other countries.
So that's my point. It wasn't just in Spain. It wasn't just a Spanish Inquisition. It was going on before the Spanish Inquisition. Go ahead.
Where the Pope possessed influence, especially in Austria.
Austria, they was doing the same thing to our people in Austria.
Hungary.
Poland, it happened.
Dalmatia. Ragautia. Bosnia.
Croatia.
Istria.
Austria.
And several provinces of Germany.
So the Inquisitions didn't just stick there. It was all over Europe. Go ahead.
It was also extended also to Syria and Palestine.
Oh, not just Europe, Syria and Palestine. Read.
For the purpose of proceeding against Jews as well as heretics.
Jews and heretics. Go ahead. So they want to wipe out Jews and people they claim are heretics. Go ahead.
Sicily received the Inquisition about AD 1224.
1224. That's way before 1453. Way before that. Read.
It was at first opposed, but in the town of St. Mark and Palmyra, but the Emperor Frederick is said to have ordained as a regulation of the prophets arising from its proceedings that one-third part of the confiscated goods
one-third part of the confiscated goods of the Jews
should be appropriated to the common treasury, another third be reserved for the Pope.
So 1/3 goes to the common treasury, the government. Another third goes to the Pope. This is, once they kick you out of the land, they take all your goods. You got nothing. So all your goods, 1/3 is going into the government, 1/3 to the Pope.
Another third be reserved for the Pope, and the remainder to be shared by the inquisitors.
And then the inquisitors, those same spies. You understand? Not the spies, no. The inquisitors were the one that would do will hold the court. I'll put it like that. They would hold the court and find out if you're a heretic or not. They were called inquisitors. Go ahead.
That the spiritual husbandmen should not be defrauded of their reward.
You see how evil that is? The spiritual husbandman. The inquisitor is a spiritual husbandman at this point. He ain't teaching no law. They just destroyed 1 Corinthians chapter 9. They just destroyed it. You understand? But that's what the white man has done with his Catholicism, his Christianity, and his white supremacy. Now, go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So, one of the curses is we would go through different oppressions. One oppression is called the Spanish Inquisition. We will go through that thing. Go to verse 62.
Verse 62. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God.
Read.
And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply ye, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you.
Damn.
And to bring you to naught.
Damn.
And ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess.
See what the Lord said? I was joyful to bless you. But now you don't want to follow me. I'm going to be joyful to curse you. Come on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
And we were scattered among all people.
From one end of the earth even unto the other end. And there shall...
And that was started by intercatera. Okay? That's how it started. Prior to that, it started with dumb diverses. Your Christians, your popes, they initiated your slavery, brothers and sisters. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there you're going to serve white Jesus. There you're going to serve Islam. There you're going to serve Methodist, Baptist, Episcopalian, Protestant. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Read.
And among these nations shalt thou find no
You
ease.
was in Spain. Guess what? You was living at ease in Spain until they decided it's time. You was living at ease in Portugal until they decided it's time. We're gonna inquire about you. You following following God's laws? We're gonna inquire about you. You understand? Now it's Inquisition time. Read.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
We have no rest no matter where we go on this earth, brothers and sisters. Read.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart,
Uh-huh.
and failing of eyes,
Uh-huh.
and sorrow of mind.
And sorrow of mind. That's our people today. Read.
And thy life shall hang in doubt.
Did our people's life hang in doubt, trying to secretly keep God's laws? Yes. Yes, they did. Read.
Before thee. And thou shalt fear day and night.
Did we fear day and night in Spain and Portugal on Cape Verde when they were chasing us around to see if we're Jews or not and trying to inquire and do inquisitions in Austria, in Spain and Italy and Hungary? Did our people fear day and night? Yes, they did. Come on.
And shall have none assurance of thy life.
And shall have none assurance of thy life, brothers and sisters. So, brothers and sisters, that's 15 minutes with the captains. That is about the Spanish Inquisition. A brief look into the Spanish Inquisition. I'm Captain Amaziah.
Officer Kenaniah.
And we say shalom.
Shalom.